Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to another video on Ugamadi's football channel. And I'm Ugamadi, and let's dive right into the topic for today. Because today we have three topics to talk about. One is the preview, or rather my preview of the Nigeria versus Mozambique game that'll be taking place by 4 p.m. today. So I'll be giving my preview to that game, and then the wonder kid that can save Nigeria's midfield, as well as giving my thoughts on what I feel the best, or rather the strongest starting lineup for Chelsea is if everyone is fit. So stick with me and let's go. Now, firstly, I'll take Chelsea's FC's strongest starting 11. If everyone is fit, if everyone is healthy, if everyone is ready to go, who would I have in my team? And who would I suggest Mauricio Pochettino should have in his starting 11? For me, right now, if everyone is fit and available, I'll be having, I know Malo Gusto has been extremely, impressive at right back, but I'll be having Reece James at right back because it just gives that little bit more, that little bit more. So I'll be having Reece James at right back, and then in the center of the defense, I'll be having Thiago Silva and Levi Colwell because I'll be going with two center backs, not three. Two center backs. Levi Colwell was just got his first cap not too long ago for England, and the legend who is Thiago Silva. And then at left back, I'll be having Chilwell. I'll be having Chilwell there at left back. Dogo Corella has been fantastic, but at right back recently, when he's played there, he's found new form. But for me, I would still have Chilwell if he's fit and available. I'll still have him at left back. Now, in the midfield, I'll be having Enzo and Caicedo in the midfield. Leslie Ugochukwu had been impressive. That does take nothing away from him. So if he starts ahead of Caicedo, in fact, I've even had him in some of my want to see starting exercise. But just the strongest lineup, strongest 11, I'll be having Caicedo and Enzo in the pivot. Now, because I'm going for 4-2-3-1, the three right behind the striker, for me, everyone fit and available. I'll be having Noni Madueke because I feel he gives that bit more, on right wing and is actually a right winger as opposed to Ian Matson or whoever else. Now, interestingly, at number 10 role for me, who would I have there? Who would you have there? Let me know in the comment section below. For me, who I would have in that position would be Nkunku Palmer. Has been fantastic, has been phenomenal. He's really shown why he was signed. And I think he's been wasted at left wing at this moment. But that's a different discussion for another day. So I'll be having Christopher Christo Nkunku playing the 10 role or the central attacking midfield role behind the striker. And then for me, on the left side, I'll be having Mikhailo Modric. I know Sterling done well, decent few games, but I think Mikhailo Modric is the main man going forward in the left wing and should be given game time. Not just one game, not just 2 minutes or 5 minutes in two games, but starting him, giving him game time. So strongest 11, I would go with Modric. Now for the number 9 role, Broja's come back from his injury issues, and Nicholas Jackson is available for selection again after his suspension. So I'll be having Nicholas Jackson in the number 9 role. I still think he offers just a little bit more, and especially if you haven't really playing that number 9 role, not having him wallowing in midfield or having to drop deep too often in games, he will be fantastic for the team. He has the pace, he has the skill, and he's recently been in the goals as well because he scored the game before he got suspended. No, he scored in the Carabao Cup game, Carabao Cup game versus Brighton, and then he scored as well against Burnley, the game where he came back from his suspension. So I want to see him playing up against Arsenal. So for me, that's my starting 11 for 2-3-1. What would be your own strongest XI? Who would you want to see in strongest XI? Leave that in the comment section below, and let's go, because that's very important as well. Now, let's go on to the next topic, which is a preview of Nigerian Mozambique Friendly. The Saudi game was very disappointing for me. And if you're a fan of the Nigerian football team, of the Super Eagles, uh, I'm sure you would have been disappointed as well, to say the least. So for me, I want to see changes. And even if we have to play with 10 men, this may seem a bit harsh. Even if the Super Eagles have to play with 10 men, I don't want to see Chukwueze anywhere near the starting 11. No. I don't want to see him anywhere near the starting 11. I want to see changes. I want to see changes to the goalkeeper. Francis Uzoho was at fault for 2 goals the team considered, especially the first goal. So I don't want to see him in this game. And let's see what other players can do as well. And it's unfortunate Kendichi Iheanacho and Victor Osimhen won't be available for this game from the reports we've gathered. They won't be available for the game. So I would like to see Victor Boniface as well playing. He got his goal. First goal for Super Eagles, if I'm not mistaken. So I want to see him build on that going into this Mozambique game. So the last time I predicted was a 3-0 victory for Nigeria against the Saudi Arabian side, ended up being a draw. Just hopeful, let's just say a narrow victory. That's a 1-0 victory for Super Eagles of Nigeria against Mozambique. So that's my preview. That's what I want to see going into the game. I want to see more fight, more verve, and a bit more, should I say, tactical dynamism. Because if you're playing your 4-2-2-2 and it doesn't seem to work, you can switch it up and go with a 4-3-3. Play 2 defensive midfielders, and then you have your Alexi Iwobi in the 10 role. Now, this leads me nicely to the next topic, the final topic for today, this discussion, because we've had problems in the midfield. It's been a problem. Produce wingers for days. Noni Madueke, for instance, I would like to see him be invited into the team. I know he's eligible to play for England. He already plays for England on 21s, but I would like to see him invited into the team, as well as Olise, that played for Crystal Palace as well. These 2 players, I'd like to see them in, because I feel they can offer something unique creativity from that right-hand side, from the right wing, because Samuel Chukwueze just doesn't seem to understand the need for passing in football. He thinks, to my mind, thinks football is an individual sport, which is not. So I would like to see Nigeria invite Noni Madueke and Michael Olise to the side, because to really add renewed dynamism. And with that, I tell you, the team can compete with any team, in the world. I'm sure with Victor Osimhen up front, if you have a sure, steady supply line, I assure you he will score goals. There's no gainsaying it. He will score goals. It's just he doesn't get the supply. So that being said, I'm talking about the central midfield. That's some place that has really been an issue. Having someone to control the midfield, control pace of play, that's something that's really, 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 really lacking. So for me, there's this new kid, this new wonder kid. New wonder kid plays for AC Milan. Drum roll, please. What's his name? He's Victor Eletu. Victor Eletu. Victor Eletu. He's a central defensive midfielder. He tackles. He passes the ball well. He has an eye for goal. He finishes well. So for me, this has been my sort of philosophy. If you're stuck in a particular position, then you don't need to hurry. You don't need to push the progression of an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old into your team, whether it's your national team or the club side. But when you're lacking in a particular position, you should be desperate to get talents in. So, for instance, in the case of the Super Eagles right now, there is the need for a central midfielder that can help control the game, create assists, create chances for the forward line, and link up the defense and the midfield and the attack. And Victor Eletu plays for the under 19 AC Milan side. People might say, "Wow, Hugo, he's just playing for the under 19s. He's too young." Man, we don't have anyone like him right now because he wins the ball. There's something I noticed in this young player that I've only noticed in one player. I'm not saying he's that player. He's nowhere near this player. I noticed that in N'Golo Kante, the ability to win the ball without having to slide in. And that means for you to do that as a player, you must have remarkable timing. And he does that. You know, he does that. He's able to make his tackles without risking a booking. So I think this player should be invited as well, to the next pre-tournament friendly game that Super Eagles have to play and have a look see at this player because he's been remarkable for the AC Milan Academy side, under 19 side, and what I've seen, to be honest, YouTube compilations and in a couple of games here and there, he's been really good on the ball, the way he disposes his players, wins his 50-50s and his tackles. Doesn't have to go crazy, doesn't have to make crazy tackles. He actually can win the ball standing, progress the ball, pass the ball, create assists. That's one thing that is really lacking in the midfield for Super Eagles. So even with due respect to Ndidi, who has been very good for the Super Eagles, there's something he's lacked. Even on his best days, there's something he lacks, which is the ability to pick out a pass for a striker. And this guy, this kid, can be the next best thing in Nigerian midfield after Mikel. Is Mikel and then some. Or I'll say not even a Mikel because that would just be some sort of lazy comparison because there are two Nigerian central midfielders. He's more of an N'Golo Kante who has an eye for a pass. He's that good at this age. And I think the excuse of him being 18 years should be shelved. Instantly and let him play. Let him play. Jude Bellingham is doing what he's doing for Real Madrid at 20 years. So he's just 2 years older than Victor Eletu. So Victor Eletu should be invited in Nigeria Super Eagles. And again, I said, if it was one of those years where we were stacked in the midfield with the likes of Sondo, Lise, Mutia Depoju, then you raise your hands up to say, okay, let's give this youngster time to develop. And maybe when he's 20, 21, he'll be ready for the Super Eagles. But right now, we don't have players that have his ability to create, to win the ball, to do all the things he can do. He might be a young player, maybe a youngster. That's why he's a wonder kid, but to have him in this team. So let me know what you think about this. If you want the Super Eagles, what do you think the team really needs? If you're indeed a fan of the Super Eagles, do you think he would be a nice addition to the squad, or do you think I'm not seeing things rightly? Give your opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. So at this point, we come to the end of today's video, and I'll be giving up my sort of post-match reaction after the game. So keep your eyes peeled on this channel. Click the bell so you know each time I've put up a video, and then make sure you subscribe to this channel and share it as well. And we've come to the end of today's video, so do have a fantastic rest of your day and see you on yet another video.